Yes. Okay. So Council would like to respond that the salaries account was credited with equalization fund of 1.2 million and Chief's Palaces of 700,000 on 29 December 2023 and 30th December 2023. All these funds were spent in the following year, 2024, in January, except for Chief's Palace. The other funds amounting 211 operations which were spent in January 2024. Action taken. The Council wishes to report that the money was spent in January 2024. The ledger and payment vouchers are available for verification at Appendix 13. Remedial measures. The Council will endeavor to implement approved Council activities within the financial year. I proceed, Chair?
Yes.
Thank you. Page 11.
Failure to collect revenue.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, this was due to resistance by mining companies to pay for permits as appearing at Appendix 7.
My guidance is that you read the query, failure to collect revenue to the tune of 54,216. Then you go to the cause of query.
Thank you, Chair, for the guidance. The
query is failure to collect revenue.
Yes, Chair.
To the tune of 54,216. You mention that and you read to the cause of the query, then action taken and remedial measures.
Okay, thank you. What was budgeted for Chair under that one was 54,216, and then on the same table it's showing uncollected amount to the same tune of 54,216. This was due to resistance by mining companies to pay for permits as appearing at Appendix 7. Action taken. The Council has since collected the amount of 54,216 as appearing at Appendix 14. Remedial measure. The Council continue engaging the stakeholders in the collection of appropriate revenues from mines. Page 12, Chair. I'm still on page 12. Poor management of waste. This was failure to establish disposal site and fence dam site. The cause of query. This is due to a disputed township boundary currently in court of law with the traditional leadership. The action taken. The Council wishes to report that the due process of court is yet to be completed. Remedial measure. The Council endeavor to look for other alternative lands for the purposes of establishing a waste disposal site as we continue to engage the traditional leadership over the existing land disputes. Failure to settle statutory and other obligations. The amount involved there is 18,869,384. Council would like to respond that there has been an increase in the bill of salaries and wages against the poor local revenue, which has already affected the Council not to pay the salaries on gross. The action taken. The Council has since paid a total of 888,766 kwacha towards the debts. Chair, the same is as tabulated on that schedule. The Council has some payment plans with statutory bodies towards the liquidation of the debts. In addition, some of the debts are being deducted at source by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development when remitting the Local Government Equalization Fund as appearing at Appendix 40. Remedial measure. The Council will continue exploring other possible sources of local revenue to increase the financial base, not default on the payment plans for statutory contributions. Failure to settle staff obligations. The amount involved is 3.1 million, Chair. Cause of query, Council has been having challenges to liquidate the historical staff obligations due to the increased wage bill against the poor local revenue bill. Action taken. The Council would like to respond that a total, okay, so a total of 512,274 has been paid from the amount owed, leaving a balance of 2.6 million. The same is appearing at Appendix 41. The Council Chair will endeavor to mobilize the resources towards the liquidation of the debts. I beg to submit.
Thank you very much, CS, for that quick and short submission. I ask for follow-up questions. Vice Chair.
Thank you so much, Chair. We can start with the last one, the failure to settle statutory obligations. CS, you are in service now. By the time for you to retire will come. How will you feel after serving the government diligently and for a long time, and then you don't get your money at the end of your service?
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. In the latter part of the question, I'll request the Director of Finance to respond. But just to say that Chair doesn't feel good, because after having this number of years, surely someone deserves better. Director.
Yes, DF.
Yes, Chair. Mumbwa Town Council, I think we are trying our level best to ensure that all these statutory contributions are paid. One of the things that we are looking at as Mumbwa Town Council is there's a lot of mining activities in Mumbwa. So I want to encourage all these mining companies to ensure that they obtain papers for their properties, so that they number their properties. Once they are numbered, then we should be able to capture them on valuation roll. Like that, I think we should be able to increase our revenue base.
The council is a government at the local level. You are the arm of government. So we want to encourage them. Have you done that? You are even telling this committee that there are a lot of mining activities, and the Zambian people know. Mumbwa should be one of the lucky ones now, like in Northwestern Province. What are you doing? What have you done? We can show this committee to show innovation or maybe approach to the mining company. By this time, we cannot be lamenting. What have you done, DF, with your council secretary and the team to approach this mining? There is no business that can take place in a local authority boundary without the council. All activities, someone must come to the council, especially business related. Why are these companies, if I don't want to accuse them, have they approached you as a council before they start their activities? And if so, what have you done yourselves? DF.
Yes, Chair. The engagements has been ongoing. We are engaging these mining companies to ensure that they obtain papers for their properties and number their properties, so that we capture them on the valuation roll. I think as we speak, Chair, our valuation roll was updated, and most of these mining companies have been captured in our valuation roll, and they are paying the property rates.
What comes first? For them to register first, or they should start their mining? What's supposed to come first, Council Secretary?
Thank you, Chair. We assume the due process of law was followed, maybe with mines, and once they are registered as mines, the first thing that they're supposed to do is to register their presence in the council to capture. Then in the process we'll be able to get the monies.
I hope you understand why you're existing, because even in marriages, people marrying, they're supposed to register with you. That's the essence of law government. Now, what more business? If you can register even the traditional healers, marriages, everything. That's why councils are created, to regulate. all form of business and other activities. So I'm saying this because I say through this you want to appeal to mining companies. When they are supposed to face you, have you visited them? Yes, you have got papers from the mines, but you need to come to the council for this and this and this. Maybe you are just waiting for them to come. They will not come. Vice Chair, you had the question.
It's similar to what you are saying, because we have seen where we have mining towns, Kalumbila, in Kitwe, Solwezi, they are able to pay off retirees at once they get a check from these mines. And in Mumbwa, you are endowed with a lot of gold mines. And everyone who's got a mining company, they have a presence there. You as a local authority, you are able to enter the property to check compliance with the documentation. They're supposed to pay for personal levy, you business levy. And so, my question is, how much have you realized so far from these mining activities from there?
Jeff.
Yes, Chair. So far, we have been able to collect other fees like personal levy. We have been able to collect business levies, fire, and so forth. And we have collected about 800,000.
Vice Chair.
Director of Finance, you submitted that your valuation row has been updated and you have captured some of these properties. Hence my question, how much are some of, not the licenses, how much from property rates have you collected this far, so that we see whether your submission is indeed true or you are yet to capture these properties. I thank you, Chair.
Chair, our valuation row was approved early this year. I think that is in January. And right now, we are doing some sensitization with this mining company, with all the ratepayers, so that they start paying for the valuation row.
What sensitization, DF? When it's approved, you bill. Immediately the valuation row during the process of valuation row, there is that period of asking the ratepayers to make objections before the tribunal, valuation tribunal sits. Everyone knows his or her rates. They even know the poundage that has been approved. So what sensitization are you doing, DF? What sensitization? Have you billed them?
Chair, it is in the approval for the valuation row. It's one of the guidance that once the valuation row is approved, before you even start collecting, Chair, you need to engage the stakeholders and explain to them, these are the new rates which have been approved, so that at least our ratepayers they are aware, because we cannot just start, because like these will be new rates now.
DF, we know what we are talking about. We have worked in councils. That man was chairman of audit and finance. Me, I've worked through my life throughout, and actually in the same department you're talking about. Sensitization is by radio or even why you are doing this? You cannot, Mumbwa, continue lamenting and have statutory obligations not paid, especially after the approval of your valuation law. Then you are neglecting your duty. After the approval, you go to the local radio station, you go to the newspapers, you say this is the approved valuation law and the poundage is there. There's no law that stops you from bidding immediate after approval. So sensitization can take you 3 months, 1 quarter. The entire quarter, you are still sensitizing. Use the law. The problem you want to be using your heart or what you are getting. You, when you enter that office, what does the regulation? You were waiting to collect from the mines because there was no law. The valuation law is law that empowers you to collect. It has been approved. They were given chance to make objections which they did, the tribunal passed judgment. You are still sensitizing. DF, do you know your role? We are helping you now. CS, can you bill the ratepayers?
Chair, your guidance is noted and will proceed as guided. Thank you.
The problem, you go and tell them, we were told by the committee to bill you. That means you don't know why you are there. That I know. Because why are you not doing what you're supposed to do? This time Mumbwa should have cleared the statutory obligations, staff obligations, start providing the much services, needed services for the people of Mumbwa. See a difference. In other jurisdictions where we are working, before a mine enters, they are doing mining, before they could be on the valuation law, innovation was there. We were bidding them. We came up with a bylaw called sand levy. The minerals were treated as we are waiting. You cannot allow people to be making business. By the time your valuation is done, you are supposed to get something, innovation. So what we are telling you, by the time the sand levy, the valuation is approved, you do away with the sand levy. Any mining. So we need innovation so that the people of Mumbwa can see that there is service delivery, because now there is a lot of mining activities in those areas. So we are telling you to do your job so that these statutory obligations are done away with. You have salary arrears?
Chair, no. We're up to date.
Oh, thank you. Thank government is giving you local government equalization fund. You should be one of the councils very soon to say, tell the government, stop giving us local government equalization fund, give the other councils, as we have the mines now. Are you going to be one of that councils? Will that council to do that?
Chair, with your guidance and counsel, we hope to move that direction. And it's our prayer that we fend for ourselves without even government interference. Thank you.
So that the money goes to CDF, so that you depend on the mines. Dr. Mwanza.
Okay, page 4.
We go to page 4?
Yes. So page 4, there's an accountability of the 2,157,408, which is broken down as follows: equalization fund amounting to 1,233,098, 17 way. Then 700,000 was for the Chief's Palace, and then 224,317 for operations. Total 2,157,408, and the chair, we are referred to Appendix 13. So we can go to Appendix 13. Appendix 13 will show the ledger for each of the spending items. The first is a letter from local government to confirm the transfer of the 700,000, and then there's a ledger for the operations fund amounting to 1,233,000. Yes. So this is the current status for this ledger. My question is, I'll start with the accountability for the 1,002,000 something, which was reserved for salaries or operations, so to say. So this money was solely used to pay salaries. On the same Appendix 4, the bank schedule for Division 4 salaries.
On page?
On appendix 13, but no, there are no pages, but 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth, it says transfer of January salary 2024 salaries 207,260 kwacha, 52 ngwe. So they would attach a bank schedule. So the bank schedule which is attached for Division 4 workers is showing a total of 207,260. This is the list that went to the bank to ask the bank to pay salaries into Division 4 for Division 4 people. The Division 4 salaries, is this presentation complete? I've checked other presentation, Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, and also salaries for councillors. So Division 4, is it complete, or you forgot another paper? Then if you add the salaries that were paid in January, they are coming to 1,087,516. But your ledger, because this is the list that went to the bank, and so the bank was just transferring. But your ledger, it's 1 million. Your ledger on appendix 13, the first page. The ledger is showing 1,015,517, which shows a difference of 3,000 something kwacha, I think. Yeah. So what you instructed the bank to pay is different as to your ledger. Why? And why? How do you explain the deficit?
DF, you can help on this one.
Are you there? You have seen your ledger? The ledger on Appendix 13. Let's go to Appendix 13. Appendix 13 has a title, which is Appendix 13, Bank Statement and Payment Vouchers for January 2024. The second page is a letter from Ministry of Local Government to effect a transfer to Chief Mono's Palace. Then the third one is a ledger that shows how the amount reserved for salaries was spent. So the opening balance is 1,233,091 kwacha 17 ngwe, which is the exact amount as described in on page 4, that was reserved for operations. And so the ledger is showing Nima, you paid 15,789, and so on. Wages for casual workers, and so on. So the last row, which says being transfer of funds to salaries account to various beneficiaries. The various beneficiaries are these Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, 4, and also councillors. So when I sum the total for the bank instruction to say pay the following people in Division 1, 2, and 3, and 4, the amount is different from what is recorded on the ledger. The deficit, how do you explain the deficit? Is it with a bank, or it is in your office?
Thank you, Chair. I've noted the consent, Chair. The thing is, these attachments which are Chair, starting with the first schedule, the first instruction of 207, 207,260 kwacha 52 ngwe. The attached schedule is not a complete, it's just a sample. Because if we were to, like this Division 4Z, consists of the major workforce of the council. We have almost, I think, over 100.
So why did you bring the sample instead of bringing the evidence?
Just
we wanted the full list.
The full list, Chair, would have brought, but the booklet would have been too big.
Was it going to be your issue? We take, even as big as this, the councils who come with more like a wheelbarrow. Look at that. Look at that report the Vice Chair is showing.
I'm sure the Excel file to account 207 would have just been 4 pages.
No, Chair, I think noted. We should be able to provide the
Next time,
Yes, next time.
we want full information.
Okay, thank you, Chair.
Because that is misleading. Just one page, you can't account for 200 and something thousand. Want to see.
Thank you, Chair.
The other questions? Your mic.
We assume what you have
Do you have to switch
presented.
off your mic?
We assume, of course, what you have presented, as you have explained, that this is just a sample of the total workforce under Division 4. You have just presented one leaf here as a sample. Even I have a comment. How do you present a sample that has no heading? These columns, I don't know what they are representing. A sample should be complete. It should catch, it should be eye-catching, right? It should show to say number, or maybe is it man number or what?
Basic salary.
And then this is the name, this is division, this is NRC, and so on. Just like others you have presented, you know, Division 2, Division 3, Division 1, 2, 3, they are complete. But this one, which you claim is a sample, it does not even have the headings for these columns.
Okay, let him
so-
respond.
Mhm.
Doc, your mic. Your mic, Doc.
Noted, Chair. I think as I mentioned earlier on, I think next time we should be able to do better to bring all the evidences.
Doc, another question. That one we have excused them. Vice Chair.
Difference between, yes, you have explained this is a sample, but I take the block figure, the total, to be correct. Okay, 207. 207,260 was the total amount of money spent on Division 4 workers. So then the total amount of money spent on the Division 3 workers was 374,382. Then the Division 2 workers, 229,706. Division 1, 204,167. And then councillors, it was 72,000. When you add all these, they come to 1,087,516.92. Your ledger for all these salaries is 1,015,000 and something like that. There's that difference. They don't correspond. They don't match. Well, how do you explain the difference?
You have taken note of that? Yeah.
Chair, I think my response is still remains the same, Chair. I think these attachments were just sampling. We could not
No,
bring
we
all
have taken note of the samples. Assuming, without looking at the detailed list, wage bill, personal emoluments, total them, councillors, Division 4, Division 3, Division 2, Division 1, is coming to 1 million what, Doc? 1,087,000. Against how much? 1,015,000. There's a difference. How do you reconcile the difference? In totals, personal emoluments in total. Have you taken note? What was paid to councillors? What was paid to Division 3? Totals only. Assuming the schedule for Division 4s is complete, the total paid to Division 4s, take the total, then sum them up, compare to what was paid, what was with the 1,015,000. What's the difference? That's the question. As you look at that, you see, Vice Chair, have a different.
Yes, maybe the CS can tell us what sort of relationship do you have with the chief in Mumbwa district? My question arises on page 12, arising from the query of poor management of waste. What sort of relationship do you have with the local chiefs in the district as a local authority? why are you failing to ask for land to have a dump site?
Thank you, Chair. I'll attempt to answer, except the other part is still in court. But however, we do not have a problem per se, but it was just, I would say it's just a misunderstanding.
That's a
Just a mis-
problem.
It's just a misunderstanding because,
That's the gist of his question.
yeah. So
What relationship do you have? What are the problems?
we don't have problems.
But you have gone to court.
We have gone to court.
Vice Chair, before you go,
Chair, in Mumbwa there is no one chief. There are a lot of other chiefs. That's why I'm asking. Okay? Because land, if you have a problem decide, you can go to the next chief and ask for land so that you establish a dump site. And that is where my question is going. I'm not talking about the court matter. That's why I said with the local chiefs, not one chief. No.
Chair, thank you very much. What we have done is we have started engaging the other chiefs for possible acquisition of land. I personally had, I think 2 weeks ago, I had a personal engagement with His Royal Highness Chief Mlendema over such matters, and we hope to go to the others that are nearby so that we're able to ask for alternative lands.
Vice Chair.
What sort of engagement have you written?
The informal.
Have you written a letter? Because to get land from a chief, they act on a written request, even from a private citizen. If the chief is to give you land, you have to write, apply. Have you written to any of the chiefs requesting for land for a dump site?
Thank you, Chair. No, we have not. The particular chiefdom that we're having a challenge, a misunderstanding with, should I say?
Sorry, I want to
Just told
protect
the
you.
director,
I want to protect you.
switch off your
the
mic.
answer is no, we have not. Just end there. And my advice is, can you quickly write, not to one chief, but to maybe one or two, and state how many hectares we are looking at. I'm sure our chiefs there are development oriented. They would not refuse you to, bring development in the area. I thank you, Chair.
Sorry. Management of waste is very critical. And if you understand how critical it is, that waste needs to be managed properly, you can take heed of what the vice has told you. Because you have not taken serious. The responses that you have, we are in court. Are you in court with all the chiefs? The answer is no. Why not engage others? Formally, the councils operate on formal engagements. You can start by informal engagement followed by a written thing. That is on record. So for you to come and tell us, no, we have engaged, we are talking to them, put it in writing. They have a they have a council, traditional council, they will put it there. Then you have the formal response. And that will be the basis of your budgeting and other things. So the management of waste is very critical, that you councils should take it up to ensure that all councils have got secure dump sites, so that we can reduce on the other challenges that come with the same. DF, are you through with the summations?
Yes, Chair. I'm through with the...
What's the difference?
The difference is 72,000.
How do you reconcile that?
The 72,000 is 72,000 is relating to the councillors.
Okay, we shall test that. A different question, Doc.
No. The 72,000 for councillors is part of the salaries.
Can you read what you
Is
have
part of
added,
the
Doc?
salaries. So, Division 4
Is how much?
total.
Can you read the total? No, Doc.
Division
Read,
4
please,
is
give us the figures.
Division 4 is 207,000.
Are you adding? Just be slow.
207.
Wait, Doc. Hello, DF. You have a calculator there. I want you to be taking note and adding.
Division 4 is.
Chair,
Switch off your mic.
maybe I wanted to say something, Chair.
Okay? Doc, switch off your mic.
Chair, I think I will be
Don't
able
think.
to,
Tell us what is you want to tell us.
I'll be able to look at these figures critically and then submit more other evidences to the
No, we
Secretariat.
want to deal with it now because you are misleading us. You are saying that it's relating to councillors' allowances. When Doc has done the summations, is leaving a 72,000 kwacha. We are questioning what is this 72,000 kwacha? How did you use it? Because he has already added it's already included this councillors' allowances. Have you added?
Yes, Chair. I've added.
What's that 72,000 kwacha balance?
That's why, Chair, I was asking, with your permission.
You
if I
don't know
can-
what it was used for.
If I can be able to give more evidence and more documentation to the
Were you the
Secretariat.
DF the time that payment was being done?
Yes, Chair.
So you don't know what happened about that amount?
No, I'm aware, Chair, because like equalization fund, like for us to pay salaries, we sort of depend on the equalization fund, like at the moment, even at the time when we're doing these payments.
So give us that response later. Doc, have a different question.
The same page 4 now accounting for you know the 3 categories. One was for salaries, which was 1,233,091 kwacha. Then the other component was they received 700,000 kwacha towards the completion of the chief's palace. This contract is centrally managed, but council is their supervisors, the engineers, and the government even instructed that they will inform them on how best to participate in this project. Just want to find out how far is the completion of our chief's palace, because on appendix 12, I think, there are some pictures which shows like a very old abandoned building, as if there's no works ongoing. We can go to, you can see the pictures, Chair, on appendix 11. Appendix 11, the last pages, they don't, it really shows that there is no contractor here. There's no contractor, and it's not, there are no windows, doors, nothing, and
So what's the issue, Doc?
what is the status? Because government spent, they sent the money, 700,000 kwacha
For the palace.
to complete the palace. So you can see the pictures.
Yes,
Chair.
I've seen them.
So really, there's no presence of a contractor here.
CS, what is the status of the project, Chief's Palace?
Yes, thank you, Chair. As at now, it's what is remaining are just final touches.
Is the contractor on site at Chief Mono's Palace? Refer to the people who are there. Don't labor. You are director? You're director?
Director Engineering.
Yes, you are the right person.
Yes. Regarding the palace, the contractor has not yet mobilized. Yeah.
Which contractor is this? The first contractor or second contractor?
This should be the. It has been quite a challenging project, I might say. But this should
Be
be
slow, we want to move with you. The public is listening.
Okay. Yeah, so this, we have a contractor who's on site, Kawana Suppliers and General Contractors.
He's on site.
Who was supposed to be on site, sorry. He has not mobilized, and we've made efforts together with Provincial to engage him and over the non-mobilization, and we're waiting for feedback.
Was this the first contractor awarded the contract to construct Chief Mono's Palace?
No.
What happened to the first contractor?
I'm told, I think they, from what I gathered, I think 2 or 3 were engaged prior to him being engaged.
All of them were terminated.
Yes.
This is the 4th one.
Yes, sir.
And since he was awarded, he has not mobilized.
Yes, sir.
How much was paid to the current scope?
On record, what I have is just advance payment was given to him. Of course, I mean, I don't have the records with me because it's managed up there, but I'm told he was paid advance payment.
We have the DF here. How much have you paid this new contractor? Mobilization fee paid, he has not mobilized.
Payments are not being handled by the local authority, it's been handled by Provincial, so I'm not privileged to that information right now.
Provincial administration in Kabwe.
Sorry,
Just wait, Doc. This contract is handled, switch off your mic. This contract is handled by the provincial administration in Kabwe. So you are not privy. When you say provincial administration, that is the one in Kabwe. So you are not privy to the details of the contracts. DF, Director Engineering.
What I meant is in terms of the financials and the advance, they were processed at Provincial. However, we are privileged to the scope and the contract that we are managing as the local authority.
Do you give advance payment to contractors?
No. In this arrangement, no. The way the contract is.
So we don't know until we establish that.
Yes.
Doc, you had a different question.
The same one, please. Have you checked the pictures that they supplied? This photo was taken on 20th of February 2025. It's an abandoned site. No works.
That's what he's talking about.
No nothing, and so on and so forth. So I want to find out, when did they, because this letter for when they received the money, when did they sign the contract? Such that the contractor could not even mobilize on site and just start flashing to give hope to our chief.
Director Engineering, when was this contract signed? And who was doing the slashing?
So the contract was signed on...
Use your mic.
The contract was signed on 27 August 2024. Then the start date was supposed to be 19th December 2024.
So who was doing slashing around the palace?
The slashing should have been by the community. It was not the contractor.
So they regularly go to slash, meaning that they'll be mourning why it is taking long to finish the palace of their chief. So they do regular slashing. As a council, have you made any follow-up with the provincial administration, even before you were coming? This matter will not be rested. We want to establish the truth. Is the money still there? If it is still there, has the council made a follow-up with provincial administration in Kabwe over the contract for this person, for this contract? You do attend PDCCs. I'm sure this matter comes at the provincial or development coordinating committees. You do present this. What is the response from the province? Director Engineering.
Regarding the funds, they are available, and guidance was given that the 700 shall be expended towards this contract. Engagement regarding the non-mobilization of the contractor, we have written to the contractor, and we're waiting for further guidance from the...
When did you write the contract, and show us the evidence? We can break if you so wish that you go and look for the letter. If it is in that small file, you should have found it.
I can provide that evidence. It's there.
We are waiting.
Okay. Am I permitted to just check on the phone and then we can present it?
Yes, you
Okay,
are.
thank you.
Other questions as we wait for the Director Engineering to look for the letter? We are concerned, very much concerned. This one is an old project. The chief is waiting for the palace. Monies were released by government. We cannot keep this project. Now look at what Doka said. It is now being vandalized. The state in which it is not a good state. So you as a council are mandated, because we know that you attend provincial development coordinating committees, and in those committee meetings you explain, you talk about the projects or developmental issues taking place in your area, and this is one of them. What have you been reporting, and what has been the response from the provincial administration in the Central Province? We want to know. If you have minutes of the PDCC, you can share to us. Was you made the reports, then the responses were given, the PS Central Province, that this is what is happening. You do have minutes or reports from PDCC. These are public resources. They cannot be left to waste. Yes, Director Engineering.
Sorry for that. This letter is coming from the Provincial Principal Engineer, dated 30th March 2025. This is a warning of termination that was issued to the contractor. I don't know.
30th of March 2025.
3rd March 2025.
Just this month.
Yes, Chair.
Because you are appearing to this committee. Vice Chair.
I'm interested, Chair. Today is what's the date today? 14 March, and the letter is reading is dated 30th March.
He said fade, eh?
Oh, I had
I corrected. I heard it as if, even myself, I heard the 30th of March. It is possible.
Mr. Kazinga.
The local government, what is happening? Amachai. So, before he asks the follow-up question, Dr. Mwanza, a serious matter, a serious issue here is, this letter was just written. Can you share it with the Secretariat? Want to see it? It was written on the 3rd, today is 14. A few days before Women's Day, this year. These monies were given to you in which year? 2023. So, if at a certain time these committees will stop meeting or convening in this manner, what are we going to see in the councils? Because you are just working to come and respond during this. We have seen evidences here. You you are answering that now we have executed the project in 2024 when we are looking at the 2023 January to December. You will not do anything in that year, waiting for the following year, and you come, no, we have since procured, we have since done that, and you check the dates just within this year. Why are you doing that as councils, Mr. Machai, the council secretary, and your team? We want to see that letter from the PS. Why? It's now sent on our group. Why has it taken long? Now you want to terminate and another process of procuring. It will take the whole year 2025. This palace will not be completed. And the price fluctuation, the cost of this project will be more than what is sitting in the budget. By the time you want to execute it, the contractor will ask for additional funds. And no one will do this. This will become a white elephant. It will be vandalized. It will be gone. Is that the desire of you officers who are privileged to save? Why do you wait for 3rd March 2025, a few days before appearing? That's when you can solicit for that letter threatening. Where are the follow-up letters to the contractor to mobilize before you threaten to terminate? First letter you say, why are you not mobilizing? Second letter, this is just a letter to threatening to terminate. If you were to put yourselves in the people, in the chief's shoes, and here the chief, he has been blessed with a palace. You have heard the president what he's saying? He wants to construct palaces to dignify our chiefs. Now here is a project that's taken from 2023 to date. What are we telling the president? Are we the right officers to be in these offices? Do you know why we are there? What are the expectations of the Zambian people on us? One of you could have raised an alarm. Vice Chair.
Thank you so much, Chair. In addition to what you're saying, I want to find out, was this letter saved on the contract? Note from one of the paragraphs, the last one, I read and quote, arising from the above, you are required to show cause before Monday 10th March 2025 in writing why this contract should not be terminated. Question 1 is, was this letter saved on the contractor? Number 2, has the contractor responded now that we are
beyond 10th?
Yes. Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
I think I'll request the director to come in.
The letter was saved to the contractor?
Is a local contractor?
No, it's not a local contractor.
Is from Lusaka?
Yes, it's from Lusaka.
It's from your constituency, Vice Chair.
Chair, our interest is to see that people have the enjoyment of these services that are being, contracted at the expense of government. Just like you lamented, non-implementation of projects is actually costing government more money because of price fluctuations. So whether this contractor is from Olympia, our interest is enhanced service delivery, timely implementation of project. That is our interest.
Without compromising quality and at the right price, as espoused by His Excellency President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. 3 policies, 3 principles. Has the contractor responded? Director Engineering.
As of now, I do not have any feedback from provincial yet.
We are directing you, CS, follow up and furnish that information. We are interested. We want our chief to enjoy the palace, the services provided to the chief. The people have suffered, that's why they are going there every day to admire it and slashing around. So we want that response to our secretariat as soon as possible by next week. As you appear for CDF, we shall ask you this serious question: whether this information has reached our office. We have the interest. As a committee, we thank the auditors for bringing these matters out, because this is wastage of resources. Someone must be held accountable for negligence to undertake their duty. This is why you are paid every day. As you report for PDCCs and other council meetings, these are reports you should be very analyzing. Are we on course on this project? What are we supposed to do? We have this animal now called evaluation committees that they can sit at their own date. The CDF committees will be meeting, but for them to convene, they will take their time. So we are taking note. All those who are supposed to convene over this project, follow up. That letter has been written, want feedback, so that the next process, process is followed. So CS, help this committee. We want to establish what has stalled this project, and whoever is responsible. Doc, we are winding up.
Yes. Just on the same one. Chair, this Mumbwa Council, central government sent 700,000 kwacha into Mumbwa account, specifically for the chief's palace. Even on this presentation here, they attached a bank statement.
Yes, it's true.
It is reflecting the money is reflected on the 30th December 2023. 30th December 2023, and there's even a letter to that effect on the instruction for this money, that it is specifically reserved for the completion of the chief's palace. 30th of December 2023. Now we are in March 14th 2025, and they never procured the contractor. I mean, they procured a contractor who never even mobilized, and they are not even telling us whether that contractor received any payment or not, because it is them who are paying, because the money is sitting on their account. The letter is very explicit here. So what is the challenge? The money has been sitting from 30th of December 2023.
Yes, Doc, that's a good one. But what we hear is that the procurement now moved from the council to the provincial administration. Is it true?
Sure, that's correct.
And the monies were moved to the provincial accounts. Is the money still with the council, or is a provincial?
Chair, the 700 is still with us.
So the procurement is done by the province, but the disbursement of the money is with the council.
Chair, I think initially what happened here was there was a 700 that was sent for the procurement of the palace. But then later on, as we have demonstrated from this contract, central government came in on the procurement of chief's palaces. So meaning that
when did the central government come in?
The document is those are the dates that he was referring.
Let's get from Mr. Kazinga, from the Minister of Law Government.
Thank you, Chairperson. Let me take the committee to Appendix 11, which can help the Council to just follow your attachments. On Appendix 11, Chair, after the two letters from Ministry of Water, you find the letter that came from the Ministry. And in that letter, you have all the affected palaces where these funds were transferred. So when you check there, Mumbwa is actually on 92. I don't know, have you seen the letter?
Yes.
So this is how these monies were sent, and the instruction in that letter are very, very clear from the ministry that all local authorities who are recipients of the stated funds are required to utilize the funds towards the completion of the stated chief's palaces under phase 1. As a matter of urgency, your office is requested to expeditiously bring the above information to the attention of the respective local authorities. So this is where Mumbwa is. Yeah, so these funds were ring-fenced, and it's good that you have not spent these funds. But it's regrettable that we have taken long to ensure that, like the contractor who was contracted, is delaying to take position and finish the project. Especially given the Mono Palace, this structure is standing. So why shouldn't we have a contractor moving expeditiously? I submit, Chair.
Yeah, now, as we wind up, I want to establish, why does the provincial administration come in? Where does it come in? If these monies were given to the council was supposed to procure the contractors. How does the provincial administration come in, as given to us by the engineer? Can you explain, CS, what is happening? Director Engineering, help your committee. We're winding up.
Yeah. Chair, the 700, of course, was sent with that guidance. But, of course, expenditure would require maybe further guidance. As earlier alluded by the CS, that 700 was sent to us. But within I think within 3 months, they procured another contract.
Who?
Central government.
Why should the central government come in? The money was given to you to procure and to manage these resources.
Yeah, so the procurement came through a contract. So there is a 700, and then there's a procurement of a contract, which is at 2.9 million of this contract. So we needed further guidance to know, because now there were two things that are there. So that guidance was given to us on how to disperse the 700. As you can see in the appendix, right after that letter, you see some guidance that was given to us through the office of the provincial principal engineer on how we'll go ahead to exhaust that 700.
We want this project completed. That's the interest. As a council, make a follow-up. This project must be completed as soon as possible. We have taken interest to want to see that it is done quickly so that the chief can enjoy the value and the benefits of that palace. So with that said, we reluctantly admit your report. You have to do a lot to work on those areas. Director of Finance, 72,000 kwacha. Where did it go? Never. You are the last person to miss on arithmetics. So we take interest when you say this money is being paid, no surplus, it must be accurate. So we want to see that you are showing seriousness in the handling of resources. These are public resources. We want to see value. And we have directed your CS. We want to see billing to all the miners. You were crying for evaluation law. Go and implement the law. The law is very clear. Sensitization has been done. If you have gone to the radio station, if Mumbwa as a radio station announce, they were given room to make objections before the approval of the evaluation law. That's the reason, that's sensitization. After their objections, taken or not taken, the award was given. The evaluation law is law. First quarter, you have not done the bidding. We want you to go and do the bidding so that you start collecting from the resources that are there in Mumbwa for the people to enjoy the value and benefit the services that are going to be provided. And as you collect these monies, be prudent. Ensure that you follow laid down procedures and regulations so that the people of Mumbwa see that there is a government that cares for them. If you have any issues, you have your Minister of Local Government to consult. You have other relevant provincial administration to consult. But we are telling you the law as it stands. You don't need to consult on the valuation law. The award was given. Consult on other things. Start engaging. As you bill, you engage these ratepayers. You engage them. If they have challenges, you come up with payment plans. No dispute on the award. There's no dispute on the award. The time of appeal was given. The award has been given. We know about these things. So we are guiding you. With that said, I would like to withdraw the immunity that was earlier given on you, that as you go now, you are on your own. We expect better performance from Mumbwa Council. We want zero audits. Zero audit queries. That's where we are going to. We shall not allow financial mismanagement of councils, as long as auditors. When auditors come, Mr. Machai and your team, give them the maximum attention. Respond to them. Do not delegate to juniors who hide accountable documents and the other important documents to them. So with that said, we want to thank you once again. As you go back, wish you well, traveling messes. We come to an end of our interaction. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
There you have it. That was the Committee on Local Government Accounts, in which they were receiving a submission from Mumbwa Town Council, and that was a reappearance on the consideration of the report of the Auditor General on the audit of the accounts of local authorities for the financial year ended 31st December 2023. And today, the committee has received other submissions, that's from Mitete Town Council and Kauma Town Council. On that note, and on behalf of the entire production crew, I wish you a pleasant evening.